Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Umstead, and if you haven't already known, what you're tuning into right now is the RNG Radio Show. So thank you again so much for joining me this morning. And hey, if you happen to catch us out on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more videos such as these, or actually daily videos such as these. Because the whole process is that, hey, if you're a friend of mine, you can check me out live on Facebook, so feel free to send me a request. Or if you just happen to be on YouTube, search the Nathaniel group. Or just ultimately, or like, Dan, love your videos. I heard what you got to say. I need help, whether it be real estate, credit repair, resume writing, or you just need that motivation to get you off the ground. Give me a call, 267-702-3756. I was actually up till probably 11:45 midnight last night, and I was just exhausted. The reason why I was exhausted, there was a few things going on. So if you haven't already heard the news, and I'm going to get into the whole credit repair, real estate, and all that jazz, but if you haven't heard the news for Pennsylvania, this is strictly for Pennsylvania. I don't know about the other 49 states. Is it 49? Carry the 2 and 3 born based upon the Constitution, Hawaii? Yeah, okay. No, I'm just messing with you. I actually lived in Hawaii. That was a very beautiful state, but that was years ago. That was like before internet. But we're not going to talk about, because then you're like, wait a second, he's how old? So, no, to get straight to the point, Pennsylvania, they are reopening or allowing real estate agents, such as myself, and realtors, such as myself. I consider myself both, because what I don't want somebody to do is like, hey, are you a real estate agent or a realtor? I'm a realtor. Ooh, I heard about you guys. I only deal with the agents. Okay, it's the same thing. All right, no problem. And then vice versa. Are you a real estate agent or a realtor? I'm a real estate agent, because I'm like, oh, thank God, because those realtors. Ooh. But anyway, no. So yeah, Pennsylvania has reopened, so they are now allowing limited, deals, which it should have been in the first place, but pretty much when it comes to open houses, you only allow 2 people, wearing PPE, proper protective equipment. So with that, for my realtors, definitely make sure that you read it over and over and over and over and over again. And also, there was like a House Bill 2412 that should be checking out still. So make sure of that. Here we go here. So wanted to start off the date. So pretty much real estate is back open and it's limited capacity. So if you are looking for a house, 267-702-3756. And even if this is years from now, 267-702-3756, I would be more than happy to help you. So in addition to that, I was also, somebody saw my video. Somebody saw my video. I'm not going to say the name, but it's one of my frat brothers' wife. Sorry, one of my, I ain't made it seem like one of my wives' frat brothers. No, one of my frat brothers, his wife reached out to me and said, hey, is there anything that you can do with it? I'll be honest with you. I spent about 5 minutes on it, because the only thing that needed to be moved around was the bullets. That was it. Once I did that, I sent it back to her and added some summary qualifications, and now she is good to go. She's good to go. Good to go. So what do we talk about every single morning as far as getting started? We talk about credit repair. The reason why we talk about credit repair is because if your credit score starts with a 3, 4, 5, or 6, or hey, you at that low 7 and you try to get up more, give me a call, 267-702-3756. I work with a program that helps individuals remove legally issues, disputes that are currently on their credit report. So, and it's a great program. And I have seen, I thought it was a joke when the company had said like, hey, push this out here. We're better than most prices. And I just looked at it as opportunity. But there's actually people out here charging. I saw this one. If you'd like to know more about mines, definitely feel free to reach out. But I saw one for $695. And I was like, $695? That's not even half. We do less than half of that. So I'll give you some numbers. I'm not going to give the exact figures, but you can also research these things too. Google is a powerful tool. If you just Google FES credit repair program costs, like it'll pop right up. So, but I just unfortunately can't tell you directly because you got to call me 267-702-3756 or you got to text me 267-702-3756 to get more information about that. But without further ado, April 2021. Now, I got a friend of mine. He is working on getting his credit. This is different from other friend who talked about that was working on getting his credit. So, brand new individual. He's working on getting his credit. He was showing me. He was like, "Yo, man, check out Credit Karma. They boosted me up. I am in the high 600." I'm like, "Yo, dog, that's great." And then he was like, "You know what I need to do? I need to check to make sure Equifax is showing me the same thing." So they went on Equifax. Do you know that there was a 50-point difference? I was like, whoa. I was like, why don't you go on annualcreditreport.com? That's annualcreditreport.com. Have you checked out annualcreditreport.com? If I can come up with a song, can I? Can I come up with a song? Annualcreditreport.com. Check your credit report weekly. Yeah. No, but honestly, seriously, the jingle is true. The jingle is true, folks. Who would ever thought the jingle would be true? So yes, the jingle is true. If you go to annualcreditreport.com, you're able to check it weekly through April 21 due to just everything currently going on. So there's no, I got to wait a year. No. Annualcreditreport.com is free in which you can check it on a weekly basis. Want to know how I know? Because I went on NBC 12 on your side, based out in Washington. Now, I don't know if it's Washington. I'm assuming Washington State. It's got to be Washington State. But they had an article, like I said, NBC 12, and it's titled, "Amid COVID-19, Credit Reports Are Free Every Week." Many people are facing difficult financial times due to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. To gauge the effect the situation may be having on their finances, many people may turn to credit reports. In light of that, according to the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, all three national credit reporting agencies all offering weekly asset to credit report monitoring for free. Wow. Dan, are you telling me that I don't need to go through your broker? No, just feel free to check it out. I want you to understand, folks, that I want you to join the program because it has a lot of benefits to it. Like I said, I was talking about life insurance the other day. There's a credit restoration info on there. There's credit builder on there. There's credit attorney info. There's student loan information in regards to getting your student loans paid off and removed. But if you just need to find your credit report and see what's on there and try to challenge the dispute on your own, by all means, annualcreditreport.com. I got 7.5 million Americans that I know for a fact who are working on getting unemployment, and then there's so many that probably do have jobs, such as myself, that still need these services. So I'm trying to reach the world, folks, trying to reach the world. So please understand, the content that I bring. Yes, I'm trying to push my program in front of your face. Yes, I would like for you to join Monday through Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on a Zoom call, including Sundays at 6 o'clock. But ultimately, you need to take action in regards to getting your credit fixed. So, and that starts with you. But yeah, annualcreditreport.com. Check it out. Excuse me. Check it out. And pull your credit report. See what's on there. See what you might be missing. See what you can be disputed. And hey, if you don't feel comfortable in disputing or Googling sample credit dispute letters and getting those letters out, in addition to other things they're going to provide, by all means, give me a call, 267-702-3756. But if you want to do it on your own, take action. Please do not wait. It is so important, especially now if you okay with your job, you're okay with your 590 credit score, you're okay with saying that, you know what, I understand that I probably won't be approved for a credit card, but I'm just going to stay right here and be A-okay. So, and it's like, nah, you shouldn't. But hey, to each his own. So with the annual credit report, that is pretty much all. The other thing I wanted to talk about actually dealt with last night. So the Colorcast Network, I had a friend of mine on LinkedIn. This is why it's important to be on LinkedIn. Friend of mine on LinkedIn who I connected with, he's actually a realtor and a lawyer, somebody who I aspire to be like. Awesome individual, Mr. Tariq Brooks. And when I had pretty much just scrolling through, scrolling through timeline as it would on Facebook, Instagram, and such. I see on here that Colorcast Network has the information in regards to wanting to launch a worldwide podcast stream. So pretty much, and I'll be blunt with it, it'll pretty much be an African-American owned iHeartRadio. That's literally what I see it as. And a bunch of people can actually just join this as far as being a prospect or even being on the interest list. The benefit that I found with it was that I was like, wait, you telling me that, the podcast / radio show that I'm currently doing now could be reaching more than, the 1,000, 1,500 plus friends that I currently have right now? That's awesome. So who wouldn't be part of that opportunity, especially if you're already doing it? Now, my realtors like, well, what's this got to do with me? What advice do you have for me in regards to it? Get started on one, okay? I look back and I say, dang, how much more powerful would this individual be if they had a radio show, if they had a podcast, if they were putting out content of value? And I see it with a few people and I'm like, they're doing it, but they're not doing it and everything like that. And no judgment here, because I know even for myself, when I was doing my podcast, starting off, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it daily, man. This is gonna be daily. And it started trending back. And you know what I wasn't doing? I wasn't doing whatever it takes to get to that next level. I wasn't doing whatever it takes to make sure I stayed on my grind. There was a week that went by because my phone had too much memory on it as far as downloading videos. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get rid of this stuff. And I come to find out, realize, I got this beautiful laptop that you are seeing me stream from. And I was like, you got to use the tools that you got. So starting that, restarting it, and of course, just making it into a morning daily show that you can check out throughout the day. So, but the article to confirm with you, my fellow realtors, in regards to boosting you up, is talking about the 14 critical podcast statistics of 2019. Now, this was done by convinceandconvert.com. So convinceandconvert.com. If you look up 14 critical podcast statistics of 2019, you'll be able to see it. Oh, I know what you think. Like, come on there, boy, get it, statistics. All right. Yeah, I used to hate that word, not so much because I couldn't even say it, but I didn't even like it in college. And yes, I went to Penn State and was able to get through get my degree without it. But when it came to my master's, they threw that thing right in my face. Hey, we noticed that you didn't take statistics. Is there any reason why? Listen, either way, we're going to need you to take that in order to have you move forward. What? What you mean? So luckily I survived. Years later, that B plus is definitely in the back of my mind. So let's get on to stats. We're just gonna say stats because sometimes I can say it, sometimes I can't. So stats. 70% of Americans have heard of podcasts. So 70%. So among your 100 friends that you have on social media, only 70 of them have heard of podcasts. Now, this is not that they listen to podcasts. This is not in regards to them saying like, oh yeah, this means that I listen to podcasts every day. No. Just 70 out of your 100 friends, family members, sphere of influence. Yeah, I got that one though. Sphere of influence have heard of podcasts. So this is up from 64% in 2018 and represents 197 million Americans. In just the past 12 months, approximately 20 million Americans discovered what a podcast is. Wait, 20 million? Realtors, I hope you're listening to this. You're telling me just in the past year, 20 million Americans discovered what a podcast is. Now, 51% of Americans 12 or older have listened to a podcast. Now, I say this, as far as branding, please don't think that, hey, realtors, when you start out with a podcast radio show or even tag teaming with other podcast members and such, that you're going to get to that next level. No, not at all. You merely have to actually see how your branding is going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, so on and so forth. So, and think like, man, what is my content going to be like 5 to 10 years from now? What is my content going to be like 15 years from now? Because when I say do podcasts, it's the revolutionary way of the world. We're going to be getting to where people are just going to be sitting in front of a camera discussing value and content, or showing you this great item. Hey, for $9.99, it bends, it wiggles, and it jiggles. It's going to be great for you. By the way, sign up for my training program, $1,500. But if you call today, it's only $14.99. Thanks, buddy. So we're going to have that pushed out in front of individuals, and it's like they're going to overlook what you had to offer as far as free content. So from my fellow realtors, take advantage of that as far as getting started, because you do have something to share with the world. Obviously, you've been put on this earth for a reason, so don't feel that, oh, man, I don't even know what I could discuss. Real estate terms, that you can discuss with people. Going over people with what a deed is, what a mortgage is. You can call, I got a podcast idea for you right now. And if somebody takes it, just have me as a guest on the show, just so I know that I was part of it in some way, fashion, or form. But one podcast that you could do is saying, hey, today's real estate word of the day is, tis, and the tis is not helping. Opportunity. I got it right on my exam. That's the main thing. But doing something like deed, mortgage, as far as that word of the day, you're going it a day. That's all. That's all. If you want to do 5 minutes of that, it's just something, because you got to understand something. The reason why they say 51% of Americans 12 or older have listened to a podcast, because those 12-year-olds become 15, 16-year-olds. Those 15, 16-year-olds become 18, 19-year-olds. Those 18, 19-year-olds go to college or start working. And then 21, 22, they're thinking like, wow, I'm going to need to get a job somewhere. Well, you know what they've been doing for the past 6 to 7 years is listening to somebody's podcast. Ha ha. Or their family and friends have been listening to it. My son, sound like someone. My son listens to my podcast. Yes, he actually does. He always gives a bright-eyed look when he's looking at me after I'm done. He's like, "Wow, Dad, you just really went there, didn't you?" I'm like, "Yes, son. Yes, I did. It is entertainment. It is for the arts, because you understand with the radio show, you can provide such things as beautiful content for people to realize and appreciate." But ultimately, I'm doing whatever it takes to get the message out to you and make it entertaining and fun, instead of just saying, "Anyway, we have Americans, I listen to a podcast." Yeah, okay. Yeah. So that's really boring, right? I know. So 32% of Americans listen to podcasts monthly. Wow. So now you're telling me, so you went from 70 of my 100 friends have heard of a podcast, like, oh, yeah, I know what a podcast is. I'm familiar with that. Podcast. I know what that is. But actually 32% of them listen to podcasts monthly. Isn't that something? So of your 100 friends, only 32 of them are actually listening to a podcast monthly. And that's only up from 26% last year. This is the biggest one year jump in monthly podcast listening. So it's like, whoa, so you're telling me people are becoming more attracted to podcasts? You're telling me more people are wanting to put content out on social media to help individuals? Yes. Wow, so if I was a realtor, or I was in real estate doing wholesaling, what have you, and I was putting out content on a daily basis, or at least twice a week, recommended by Connor Steinberg, of course. Guy has 30,000 plus followers. He's part of Investor Army and part of EXP as well. That's why I'm boosting about him. But with him, he's got over 30,000 subscribers, and literally what he does is he puts out content. I know that he puts out more than twice a week, but I want you to understand, as far as the basics for you, record yourself twice a week. And if you want to cheat, you can actually just record it. Here's the benefit of a podcast. You could just record it, save it, and then have it premiere at certain times. So if you want to say, hey, Wednesday and Thursday lunch hour, we're going to have this information. You can set up a watch party. You can have it do an instant premiere on YouTube, so on and so forth. Now, I know what you're thinking, Dan, I don't know where to start at or what to look for. So where you started, 267-702-3756. No, I'm not giving my phone number out as a promo. I'm giving my phone number out so you can call me. My goal and mission is to help create 1 million millionaires. So in order for me to do that, I need to connect with you. I need to talk to 1 million people. Once I get those 1 million people, I need to go one by one. How do I make you a millionaire? How do I make you a millionaire? So on and so forth. But your passion, it has to be a passion. Now, please, I want you to understand something. You will not, if you need help with a career, if you need help with your resume, if you need help getting your credit right, so that way you can find the next job, that's great. But please know, becoming a millionaire is not a 9-to-5 thing. It is not at all, okay? Even for myself, I get up at 6:15 every morning now, Monday through Friday, in order to share this content for you. I'm typically going to bed about 11:30, midnight at night, in order to get the content that I need to prepare to speak to y'all. So please don't think that like, oh, well, if I call him, he's going to give me the right answers. No, no, no. I'm going to give you the first action step in regards to what you need to do. So my realtors, real estate agents who are looking to start this podcast, start writing down some ideas in regards to what you can put out there. I just gave you one, real estate definitions. Simplest thing in the world. Teaming up with the mortgage lender, somebody like, I don't know, Michael Dectus. That's Michael Dectus with Meridian Bank. But teaming up with somebody like that in regards to creating meaningful content to share with folks, because some people are just stuck and some people just don't have the time to hit that Google button. So podcast, is it a good idea? Yes. Yes, it is. And lastly, nearly 1/4 of Americans listen to podcasts weekly. So I had said there's about 7.5 million Americans who are currently on unemployment or pretty much stacked there. And I'm pretty sure the numbers are continuously going up. And this is probably from maybe about a month ago. So I'm pretty sure the number was probably doubled or even tripled. So 1/4 of those Americans are listening to podcasts weekly. But the fact that people are staying home more, I'm pretty sure those numbers are going to increase. And now's the time to get in to catch people's eyes or attention as well as their ears, so that they can listen to you, see you, and see what you have to offer. So with that being said, take advantage of it. Get out there, share some content, and move forward. So I was about to say, for the resume writing, it's pretty much top interview tips. So I went on to thebalancecareers.com and they go over siete entrevista tipos. They go over 7 interview tips that will help you get hired. Now, with these tips, it's not going to apply to everybody. It's not going to say like, oh, well, Dan told me to do this, so I got to do this. No, everybody's going to be different. So practice and prepare. The reason why you should be practicing and preparing is, and this could be as small as 30 seconds. So, and I do this all the time when I'm doing job voicemails for real estate. I practice as far as how it's going to sound, even if I got my script in front of me. So you want to do that even for your interview, and even prepare when you're given a phone call. The reason for that is that when you're calling and inquiring about a job, you should be preparing and practicing first, so that way you're not stuttering. Way back when I used to work at Kaplan, it was Brightwood, and then Brightwood had closed down, unfortunately, due to financial aid issues. But ultimately, long story short, I had an individual. He was a student, and I told him the trick. I was like, hey, why don't you start calling employers, on the weekend, as far as leaving a voicemail. And this was like way before doing job voicemails and such, or probably could be able to do job voicemails back then. I just wasn't aware of it. But ultimately, doing, pretty much doing as far as calling over the weekend and leaving a voicemail. Well, just so it happens, when he called, the owner had mentioned how was already there on the weekend, and they're like, oh yeah, how can I help you? And the guy froze, just immediately, like Thriller type joint. And I was like, well, what did you say? I hung up. Wait, what? So practice and preparation, those 2 P's towards success. Number 2, develop a connection with the interviewer. Now, there are so many ways, and I talked about LinkedIn yesterday. LinkedIn Premium also has an option that if you're looking for a job, that is they do have a free trial for that for 30 days in regards to where you could pretty much directly send emails to folks in regards to getting your name out there. So when you see a job that you're interested in, let's call it ABC Ventures Inc. If you like ABC Ventures and you want to work at ABC Ventures, where do you think the best place you should go to see who works at ABC Ventures? LinkedIn. Once you get on LinkedIn and you're going through profiles, please know and understand this. By you simply just viewing somebody's profile, it shows them that you view their profile. So as long as your LinkedIn profile is up to date and up to par, and I know what you're thinking. I already know what you're thinking. But Dan, I don't even know where to start with LinkedIn profile. I'm glad you asked. 267-702-3756. I will show you methods and tips to get started for free. I know. It's like, damn, why are you trying to help people? Because I want to create a million millionaires. Some of you folks out there just maybe need a job in order to cut down on some bills, so that way 2 to 3 years from now you got a game plan as far as becoming an investor, whether it be with real estate, whether it be your own personal venture. So in order for you to get started on that, and in order for us to work together in regards to business, it needs to start somewhere. So this is the place to start. So develop a connection with the interviewer. Reaching out, just trying to look for them on social media, seeing what they're about. In addition, if they're not on social media, but let's say it's working at a college or university, and you notice that they put articles out on there, research the crapiola of those articles, so that way when it comes to the interview, hey, you guys got something to talk about that you both are familiar with. Research the company and show what you know. Same thing applies. As much as you research the potential interviewer that you're going to be meeting with, you should be doing the same thing in regards to the company that you're looking to work for. Number 4, get ready ahead of time. Okay, so there was this time that I had an interview, and it was in the dead beat of summer. Now, where I was living out in Northeast Philadelphia, and I didn't have a car at the time. And I had to travel pretty much all the way down near to the airport. Now, for those outside of Philadelphia, it's like Northeast Airport. All right. He had to do what he had to do, I guess. The commute time to get down there was about an hour and 15 minutes, all for a 20, 25-minute interview. In addition, it probably took a little bit longer than that because it took me an additional 15 to 20 minutes to actually walk from the bus station in the dead heat to the interview itself. So was I excited about that? No. But the problem that I wasn't doing as far as getting ready ahead of time and prepping myself was that if I had prepared accordingly, like, check the weather, I could have immediately had worn something casual to bring to wear towards the interview to keep my body cool. And then in addition, have a change of clothes, because there's nothing wrong with that. Please don't feel, now if you're driving to the interview, check to see if they have a bathroom, maybe on the first floor or second floor. Now, I know we probably can't get into the building itself, and most of your interviews will probably be live. But if you are viewing this afterwards, where you can go into an office building, and there's an opportunity that you know of in advance that you can change into, by all means, take advantage of that prior to getting in. Because what you don't want to do, like me, is be sweaty and all funky, or even worse, I think I had actually burned my shirt. Yeah, I had burned my shirt, and I literally was doing the interview the whole time with my jacket button up because I had a big old burn stain right there. And I'm like, yes, this will be a great opportunity. So, because technically you're not supposed to be sitting down with a suit jacket. I had learned that from one of my past supervisors. Number 5, numero 5, be on time. Ser tiempo. All right, ser en tiempo. Be on time, and that means early. That doesn't mean that, hey, and here's the thing. When somebody tells you to be 15 minutes early for the interview, that means exactly that. Be 15 minutes early for the interview, especially for these Zoom calls. I had 2 people yesterday that almost lost an opportunity working for this mortgage company, making $18.75 an hour down in Fort Worth, Texas, which definitely is higher. And I know what you're thinking, Dan, can you get me on that job? Here's what I need you to do. Call me, 267-702-3756, and let me know what you're trying to look for, and we can get started together on that pathway. So, but yeah, be on time. That means early. If I'm telling you, or if somebody's telling you to be 15 minutes early, especially if it's in preps for a Zoom call or some type of Skype live interview, you want to be ready, because what you don't want to happen is that, like I said, almost lost 2 people because they waited till 3 minutes before the call. And of course, they were having technical difficulties for some strange reason. So you want to be early to be prepared for that. Number 6, try to stay calm. Yeah, definitely. It's a whole lot. I used to get nervous like crazy when I was doing my interviews, but ultimately try to stay calm. You can do breathing exercises. No, it's probably the worst example of a breathing class, but no, honestly, for those that pray before you go into the interview. For those that don't pray, do some type of breathing exercise. Just calm your body down and realize, like, hey, and project yourself, project your mind, project your body, project your soul. A year from now, you know what? A year from now, this is even going to matter. And I even look back on past interviews. Did they really even matter? The ones that I bombed. I remember wanting to apply at Target. Target. Target for those folks. No, but applying there, and I remember putting an application, and the manager was like, hey, did you want to do an interview now? I was bummy. I had shorts on. I'm nervous. I'm shaking like I was on that sniggity wiggity. You know what I mean? And the manager was like, hey, yeah, sure, have a seat. And I'm like, yeah, I really would like this job. And I was just so nervous. Mind you, I had 3 years of experience working in a retail environment. This was nothing at all. But because Target had just opened up and I was nervous and all, it was just redonkulous. So try to stay calm. Your body language speaks for itself. And like I said, breathe or pray or just get your body to the point where it's like, you're not even worried about it. And project your mindset. Like, you know what? A year from now, is this even going to matter? And think about that. Or a year ago, would this interview have mattered? So always think about that. And last but not least, follow up after the interview. What? Dan, you're telling me that I should follow up just to see my status, just to see how I did, just to see what was going on? Yes. And the methods are simple. I did 3 things, folks. You're either going to email to do a follow-up, you're either going to call to do a follow-up, or you are going to send a thank you letter. One of those 3 things to inform the potential employer, potential recruiter that, hey, I am interested in getting started here. I just wanted to follow up to see the status is. Now, once you follow up once, twice, maybe 3 times, if you haven't heard anything, especially during these times, please know that on the other end, recruiters or even potential managers are waiting to hear from their higher-ups in regards to moving forward with the candidate. I remember one job that I was going for, I had to wait 2 months. It wasn't something for me in regards to waiting. It was just the fact that the person who wanted to bring me on had to wait for budgets to clear and all that jazz. So I was like, oh, not a problem. But I didn't know that. But hey, had I not followed up, wouldn't have known that. So make sure you follow up after the interview. If you're having trouble in regards to needing assistance on how to follow up, 267-702-3756. So now it is time for the motivation. Wanted to talk to you guys about motivation. Now, with the motivation, because this is something for me as well, because trust me, every single morning I'm like waking up and I'm like, it is still early. Wow. Yeah, I gotta do this. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, because I need to get this message out. Oh Lord. Oh man. There's been times I even think this morning I had went back to bed and I'm like, no, I'm gonna just replay an episode and be done with it. So it happens, folks. But 20 ways to kickstart your motivation. I'm not gonna go over all these 20 because you guys got stuff to do. You got to start today. You got to get out there and start your own motivation. So I wanted to go over with these 3 things. Change up or simplify your routine. The reason why you need to change up your routine is so that your body can get accumulated to actually being productive, and simplifying your routine. It's just making it basic, If every single morning you had to say to yourself, hey, you know what? I'm going to make up 5 minutes early so that way I can make my bed, or 2 minutes early so that way I can make my bed, or it takes me 34 seconds to make my bed. I'm going to make sure that I'm 34 seconds up early in order to make my bed. I say change up or simplify your routine to gain accomplishments in life. And as simple as they may be, whether it be brushing your teeth, whether it be, well, you should be brushing your teeth daily anyway. So please don't add that as like one of your goals. I brush my teeth daily. It's one of my goals that I look forward to. I love it. No, brush teeth just daily. Just take care of that. But simplify your routine in regards to a goal, something that you're trying to attribute to, something that you're trying to focus on, and whether it be your health, whether it be exercise. Hey, if it means that I'm just doing one wall push-up per day, then it's one wall push-up per day. But you will become stronger and you will become greater in doing it. Stay focused on your daily and weekly priorities. Here's the thing: have a weekly calendar of your top priorities. This beautiful thing is called a smartphone. With the smartphone, you can go into certain things such as calendar. And on your calendar, it's going to show you a whole bunch of numbers and days and months. So on the calendar, you can be able to add certain events. I break this down to individuals so you can understand what to utilize this for. And there's a feature on here when you do put something on your calendar that, believe it or not, gets connected to your email address, and with that it also gives you reminders. But if you want, you can actually set a daily reminder to get you to your goals, or a daily reminder to remind you of something. So because I am open and a transparent individual, I'm going to let you know exactly what I have on my day. I have on the beginning customer links, and I pretty much have that set for forever. And it's a daily reminder actually for me and my girlfriend, because we're both doing the credit repair. Oh, by the way, if you need some Mary Kay, you try to get beautified, hit up my girlfriend, 856-412-2118, Teresa Hughes. She'll love you for that. So yeah, if you try to get dolled up, or fellas, you need to get your girl some, or ladies, you trying to just get cute because you trying to do that time, by all means, go on there. And also for my fellas, Brody, they do actually have men's products as well. I've been using this Fairly Day Wash, and honestly, I haven't had to put more moisturizer on my face in regards to, because I honestly used to, I don't know if you noticed it. Oh, you wouldn't, because I'm using the Mary Kay Men's Daily Wash. But I used to get dried out. If you look at some of my past old videos, you'll be like, ooh, you want to take care of that before the camera came on? Nasty. But I used to actually get dried up around my nose, but excuse me, ever since I started using it, I've been able to clear up. So, but back to the calendar. Customer links. So we pretty much have on there anytime that a customer needs the link, as far as whether enrolling as a customer or agent with the credit repair program, boom, we can just go straight there and check that out. I have a Spanish lesson from 12 a.m. to 12:15 a.m. I also have on here how much it will cost to donate to Khan Academy. I love Khan Academy because I utilize it not so much for my personal goals, and which won't be discussed until later on. So you got to follow me, or if you reach out to me directly, I'll let you know. 267-702-3756. That means we establish a connection. But yeah, so how much it will cost to donate to Khan Academy. And these are things that, please don't think that what you put on your calendar doesn't have to be something that you do that day, doesn't have to be something that you do that week. It's just a reminder to keep going. This helps you kickstart your motivation. I have my podcast Facebook Live, as far as a reminder, at 7 a.m. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., 2.3 billion is your goal, because that is my goal. I put down my day job, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Yeah, I'm going to get there, folks. I'm going to get there. Facebook IG stories. That means posting something on my IG story. I have this other meeting at 10 a.m. Forgot about that meeting. I have that meeting again. LinkedIn recruiter tips. I have that at 10 a.m. Twitter post 11 a.m. Wednesday minute Twitter 11 a.m. Liquor idea make a post. Oh yeah, because I'm looking to do a liquor idea. I need to actually follow up with her to see what's going on. Post IG at 5 o'clock. Doing some practice and studying at 6 p.m. 6 to 9 real estate transactions. 9 to 10:30. Break, relax, wow, look at your day. Look at, I didn't even do this for myself right. Look at what you've done all day today. So, as far as a reminder and everything like that. And last but not least, at 10 p.m., 2.3 billion in gold. So, like I said, folks, the whole focus in regards to putting something on your calendar, a lot of those things I'm not pretty much doing, but just reminding myself of where I need to get to and keep moving forward. So that should help you with your motivation. You can also do a scheduled text message on your phone. Yes, you can. Well, I know that Android can. Not sure about you Apple folks. But yeah, with the Android, you can do a scheduled text message, and when you schedule text message yourself, you can alert yourself as far as kickstarting your motivation as well. And last but not least, out of the 20, because I told you I wasn't going to go through anything, remove disruptive, difficult, negative people from your life. So, hey, if you got some friends that you know for a fact, and some folks may know this, some folks may not know this, but on Facebook, there's a way that you can still be friends with somebody if they want to reach out to you, and you ain't got to create no malice between each other. But when you do that, you can also just simply unfollow them, or if you don't see their post anymore. Like, there's a few people that I was just sick and tired of looking at negative, or just seeing too much booty shaking, or what was the other thing that was bothering the crap of me? Don't get me wrong, I don't mind the booty shaking, but I only got one person I need to focus on with the booty shaking, okay? Because if I see other people booty shaking, and with the other booty shaking, there's going to be a whole lot of booty shaking of me at the door. So I don't want that. But the other content that I was just seeing was just negative. There was either posting fights as far as black people fighting. There was either crude humor, or it was just something disgusting, or they just put too much content out and just took that freedom of speech way, 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 way too far. But hey, I'm friends with you. I still keep that valuable connection. Now, if you do something to harm me and my family, then I gotta let you go. It's not going to be beneficial for anybody. So please understand that I could easily remove you from the situation. Okay. No. But yeah, remove those negative people from your life, or stop talking to those negative people in your life. If you got somebody that's always come to you with bad news or sad news, not so much to the point that they're not doing anything about it, but it's always a down, down, down. Keep them at a distance. Because they always say you're influenced by your top 5 friends. It's not even so much that. You're influenced by your top 5 activities that you do on a daily basis. So whether it be talking to 5 people, whether it be reading 5 books, whether it be checking out 5 different content, social media, and everything like that, everything is supposed to be elevating you. So to kickstart your motivation, kick them out of your life like Spartan. This is Spartan! Cramp. I tried to do it from the chair. Didn't work, guys. No, I'm kidding. But yes, have a great day. I know I'm like pretty much deep into it. So, hey, have a great day. And as always, stay blessed, my fellow millionaires. And if you need anything, 267-702-3756. Have a great day, folks.